Kerrie Garside is the co-winner of the Open category this year with a great song called Shout. Could you tell us a bit about Shout, Kerrie?
Sure. Well, I went to an event a couple of years ago on the Central Coast for domestic violence. It was a conference bringing all the services together, and I was just there performing, doing a spot. But I ended up staying for a little while, and because I couldn't get out, and I was absolutely moved by a couple of the presentations in particular, and I left the event with Shout in my head, with at least the idea of it, from the kids' point of view. That was the presentations I was looking at was from the child's point of view, and I knew it had to happen, and it just came together because of that.
So is that Shout Out?
Just the idea of the child being locked in hiding away somewhere while his family is fighting. His mother and father are fighting and being afraid, and the monsters and all that kind of thing. So.
Great.
Yeah.
And you're a regional coordinator for the ASA.
I am.
Formerly from the Central Coast of New South Wales, now in Caloundra, aren't you?
Yep, now the Sunshine Coast, Sunny Coast to the Sunny Coast.
Sunny Coast, Sunny Coast to the Sunny Coast.
Well, I always felt on the Central Coast there was a lot of open mics and a lot of opportunities for singers and people to play, but there wasn't an originals night, and I felt we needed one.
Yes.
So that's why I thought Wax Lyrical was the way to go.
Yes.
And I love the concept, I love the events, and I've carried it on up on the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, so how's it all going up there?
Love it. Been up there for 1.5 years now, and I feel a little bit like a local.
Yep.
A little bit, although it took me 25 years to become a local on the Central Coast, so I think it's going to be the same.
It takes a while in these places, doesn't it?
It does. But Sunshine Coast is full of blow-ins.
Yeah. And so how did you go about attracting all the singer-songwriters to come along to the Wax Lyrical?
Pretty much Facebook and social media was a good thing, because there's a couple of groups on Facebook that are focusing on Sunshine Coast musicians, so I started targeting there, and as much word of mouth as I can, and just when I meet people, tell them about it. And so it's still, we have one fellow comes down each time from Hervey Bay.
Oh, all that way.
Hervey Bay, so he travels like over nearly 3 hours to come to Wax Lyrical.
Wow.
Actually, he's running it for me while I'm away here.
Oh, okay. Who's that?
That's Gar McLemmon.
Oh, Gar, yes, I know of him. He's another entrant, I think, in the songwriting contest.
No, he's a very talented songwriter.
Time to time, yes.
Very talented.
Yeah, great. And you perform at the Wax Lyricals as well?
Yeah. Fortunately, it's not really when I run them. If I have lots of people, obviously those people would go on before me, but fortunately there always seems to be enough time for me to have a spot, legitimately, so that's good. I always have to do the sound check. No one wants to go first.
Right. Is that how it works? Okay. And you're obviously still songwriting, aren't you? What are you working on at the moment, Kerrie?
Well, actually, Shout has actually morphed into like this project that it's just sort of happened because I've found that I'm writing songs about the things that we live with, the not so nice things we live with. I mean, I've written like Ice Baby is about functioning ice addict, and Shout from domestic violence from a child's point of view. Dear John is a song about breaking up with alcohol. So I'm writing songs, and I'm finding that my next project, I didn't know when I started, is going to be like all sorts of songs, all sorts of areas, all sorts of styles, and I don't know whether it's going to be an album or whether it's going to be like a project like that, or whether it's going to be something I can sort of push out to various groups, that might want to use the music somehow. So it is a germ of an idea, but definitely a project of dealing with these modern issues in the way that we do in family situations.
You might be able to create a stage show. Alcohol, the stage show.
There you go. That's a thought. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to...
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be very good. Okay, well, thanks very much, Kerrie. Nice to have a chat to you, and really look forward to your performance
Thank you.
tonight.
So excited.
That's Kerrie Garside.